Let's proceed on seeing some of the Mahabharata, Harivamsha Purana Pramanams and also Purana Pramanams on how Krishna is described as a great devotee of Lord Shiva. So, Kurma Puranam, first canto, 30th chapter, 65th verse. Now Vyasa again says, Na Arjunena samaha shambhor bhaktya bhuto bhavishyati muktva satyavati sunum krishnam va devaki sutam. You know, there is no one that is equal in terms of devotion to Shambhu. In terms of devotion to Mahadeva, there is no one that is equal to three people. Arjuna, Devaki Suta, that is Krishna, and then Krishna Dvaipayana, that is Vyasa. These three people are great personalities who are great devotees of Shambhu, that is Mahadeva. No one can equal these three people. That's what it says. But again, these are like among the Jiva Tattva category. You know, there are also Mukta Jivas who are greater than, you know, in terms of devotion to Mahadeva. The Mukta Jivas, whatever they, you know, their devotion to Lord Shiva is greater, much greater than what Brahma or Vishnu engage in. We have to understand that, because for example, Kartikeya and Parashakti Mata, who is eternal, you know, their devotion to Lord Shiva are even greater than these personalities. But this is among the Jiva Tattva category. So Krishna and Vyasa and Arjuna are great devotees of Lord Shiva. And Krishna Dvaipayanak Sakshat Vishnureva Sanatanaha Kohyanyas Tattvato Rudram Vetitam Parameshwaram. Now Krishna Dvaipayana, Vyasa Maharshi is Sakshat Vishnu. Sakshat Vishnu. And who else can glorify Lord Shiva apart from Vyasa Maharshi? That's what the Kurma Puranam, 67th chapter of the 30th verse, first canto says. So that's about it. So where it says Krishna is a great devotee of Lord Shiva. And then moving on to Mahabharatam, Drona Parvam, 201st chapter. Sa esha Rudra Bhaktascha Keshavo Rudra Sambhavaha Krishna evahi Yashtavyo Yajnaischaiva Sanatanaha. Vyasa enlightens Ashwatthama. So we saw Vyasa, the last chapter of Drona Parvam, Vyasa enlightens Arjuna about Lord Shiva. The previous chapter is about Vyasa enlightening Ashwatthama. Because his Narayanastra will fail to hit the Pandavas, and then he'll be quite confused. And then he will come to Vyasa and question. And then Vyasa will enlighten about how Lord Shiva is the supreme reality, and how even Narayana was meditating for 200,000 years, standing on one leg with his hands upraised on Mahadeva. The one person, the personality who is residing in the heart of all the living entities, how he was meditating. And then he finally, Vyasa says, at the end, he says to Ashwatthama, Sa esha Rudra Bhaktascha, that Krishna is a great devotee of Lord Shiva. Keshavo Rudra Sambhavaha, he has appeared, he has originated from Mahadeva. Mahadeva is the origin of origin, the cause of all causes. You know, so if we say our cause, we will say, we'll point our cause. Who is our cause means we'll point our fingers to our mother and father. Now our mother and father will point their fingers to their mother and father, and then it goes on till the Sapta Rishis. How the Sapta Rishis originated? From Brahma. Brahma will point his hands to Narayana, whom Narayana will point his hands to Parashakti and Paramashiva. Ahameva Jagat Karta, Mama Karta, Maheshwaraha. Karta, he is the ultimate Karta. Karta means the creator, the cause. And does Mahadeva has a Karta? Does Mahadeva has a cause? No. Karanam Karananam Dhyata, Karanam tu Dhyeyaha. He alone is the cause of all causes. There is no cause for Maheshwara, Samba, Shiva. And so it says, Keshava Rudra Sambhavaha. He originates from Mahadeva, and he is a great devotee of Lord Shiva. Krishna evahi Yashtavyo Yajnaischaiva Sanatanaha Sarva Bhuta Bhavamnyatva Lingamarchati Yakpraboho Tasmin Nabhyadikam Pritim Karoti Vrishabhadvajaha. Sarvabhuta, all the living entities starting from the blade of a grass till Vishnu has originated from that Linga only, which represents the infinite aspect of Maheshwara. He has a form, divine form also. He is Saguna Brahman. He has a divine form, but his infiniteness also is explained in the Vedas. So Linga Marchati, everything originates from that Mahadeva only. Sarvabhuta Bhavam Nyatva, all the living entities starting from the blade of a grass till Vishnu. So this knowledge that all the living entities originate from Maheshwara is present in the mind of Krishna. That's what Vyasa says to Ashwatthama, explaining him to be a great devotee of Lord Shiva. And the same, just as I mentioned, Narayana meditating for 200,000 years. And then when Maheshwara appears in front of him along with Parvati Mata, he glorifies Lord Shiva. And the beautiful stuti, I've already covered that in the Drona Parva episode. But there is one place he says, finally he completes by saying, Bhaktam cha mam bhajamanam bhajasva. Bhaktam cha mam, I am your Bhakta, oh Maheshwara. So do not cause, any, problems to me. I should always be devoted to you, oh Maheshwara. Narayana says this. Bhaktam cha mam, I am your Bhakta, oh Mahadeva, Mata Parashakti. He says that. And then moving on to another place in the Mahabharatam, Anushasana Parvam, 14th chapter. Upamanyu Maharshi's episode, that is also available in my channel. One can check it out. 35 lectures I have given. Divya Chakshur Mahateja. So there, how it starts off, Bhishma, because the question is posted to Bhishma by Yudhishthira, asking about the glories of Lord Shiva. And then Bhishma expresses his incapability. I am incapable of glorifying Lord Shiva. And then he points his hands to Vishnu. He says, Divya Chakshur Mahateja Vikshyate Yoga Chakshusha Rudra Bhaktya to Krishnena Jagat Vyaptam Mahatmana. He is defined as a Shiva Bhakta. That Krishna, that Keshava or Narayana is described as a Shiva Bhakta, Rudra Bhaktya. And on account of his unflinching devotion to Lord Shiva, he is pervading the universe. Now remember, Mahadeva is the only personality who can, who is the ultimate Adipati of the universe. He is all pervading and he is present beyond the universe also. He is the only personality who is described as beyond the universe in the Upanishads. Yo devanam prabhavaschodbhavascha vishvadipo rudro maharshihi. Hiranyagarbham janayamasa purvam sano buddhya shabaya samyunakto. Shvetashpatra Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 4th verse. 4th chapter, 12th verse. See, that verse comes again in the Shvetashpatra Upanishad 2 times, and also Mahanarayana Upanishad 3 times it comes. Mahadeva is like Vishwadipo. He is beyond the universe. But our dear Krishna has got the blessings of Maheshwara, and with that blessing he has got that power of pervading the universe, or else no, right? Because Mahadeva is the ultimate Lord. So he is pervading the universe, Vishnu or Krishna, on account of his unflinching devotion that he has engaged for eons and eons to Maheshwara. So Rudra Bhaktya to Krishna, that's what the point should be noted. Rudra Bhaktya to Krishnena Jagat Vyaptam Mahatmana. That great soul, Krishna, because he is also a Jiva Tattva only. He is pervading the universe on account of his unflinching devotion that he has engaged for millions and millions of years to Lord Shiva. And then he always sees everything through the eyes of yoga. That another point to be noted. Divya Chakshur Mahateja. With the eyes of yoga, he sees everything. Which means that connects with the Ashwamedha Parva episode where he, he goes into yoga and meditates on that Parabrahma Maheshwara, and then that Bhagavad Gita message is conveyed. Which is the essence, is Tatparyam is Lord Shiva. So that's about one thing. And then again, Anushasana Parvam, 160th chapter. This is quite interesting. Durvasa Maharshi once comes to Dwaraka, and there Rukmini and Krishna serve him. Whenever a learned Brahmana comes, a Kshatriya is supposed to serve that Brahmana. And then on account of the service that he got from Rukmini and Krishna, he was very much pleased. And then Krishna, and then he said, I will tell you the foremost of all secrets, Durvasa Maharshi. And then Durvasa Maharshi shares the foremost of all secrets to Krishna. And what is the foremost of all secrets? Anything. Vedak Sangopanishadaha. Savai Devo Maheshwaraha. Whatever that is mysterious, whatever the highest secret, the Paratpara secret, the highest of the highest secrets in the Vedas, Upanishads and Puranas is about dealing with Maheshwara. So Durvasa Maharshi shares the knowledge of Lord Shiva to Krishna. So that is actually shared by Vasudeva, that is Krishna to Yudhishthira. That comes in the 160th chapter of Anushasana Parvam. And there, Krishna says, when Yudhishthira questions, oh, I heard that Durvasa Maharshi came to Dwaraka. So can you, tell us, can you enlighten, we as Pandavas, and also me, to, on what Durvasa Maharshi shared with you. And then Vasudeva, Krishna says, here, one point to be noted, Vasudeva, whatever he says, Vasudeva Uvacha, Hantate Kirtayishyami Namaskritya Kapardine Yadavaptam Maya Rajan Shreyo Yacharjitam Yashaha Prayatah Prataruttaya Yad Adiye Vishampate Pranjalik Shata Rudriyam Tanme Nigatatak Shrunu. Oh, okay, Yudhishthira, I will share whatever he has said, but let me, before that, let me offer my humble prostrations to Kapardi, Mahadeva. Kapardine Chabyuktakeshaya Chanamak Sagasrakshaya Shatatanvane Chanamo. Kapardi comes 5 times in Rudram. Kapardi means matted locks of hair. Mahadeva is described as having beautiful Pingala Jata, golden matted locks of hair. His hands are golden. His hair is golden. His hair lockets are golden. His eyes are golden. Suvarnaksha. That's how he is described. Hiranyabhagave, Hiranyapati, he is the Lord of gold. Hiranmaya Purushaha. Taittiriya Upanishad. So Kapardi. Yadavaptam Maya Rajan Shreyo Yacharjitam Veshaha. So let me offer my humble prostrations. And then he goes on to say, Prayatak Prataruttaya. Whenever the morning, every day morning, what I do? Yadadiye Vishampate Pranjalik Shata Rudriyam Tanme Nigatatak Shrunu. Pranjali, he means folding my hands. Every day morning, after taking bath, folding my hands with humbleness, with prostrations, humble prostrations. Because Mahadeva is the ultimate God. So one has to fold their hands. He is the only object of worship. Mahadeva doesn't need to fold his hands in front of anybody. But he is everybody has to fold their hands in front of Mahadeva. So Pranjali, he folded his hands. Shatarudriyam. He chants the Shatarudriyam every day morning. This is what I do every day morning, O Yudhishthira. I chant the Shatarudriyam. Tanme Nigatatakshanu. And then, he gives he talks about the various leelas that was shared by Durvasa Maharshi to him. And he shares that to Yudhishthira about Lord Shiva. And then he makes a statement, that is a separate, I think we can take up a separate class on that. That is a quite interesting part in the Mahabharata which talks about Shiva Paratmam. Apart from the Upamanyu episode and Drona Parva episode. And he makes a statement to Yudhishthira, Nasti kinchit param bhutam Mahadevat Vishampate. Nasti kinchit. I don't regard anybody who is greater than Mahadeva. Which aligns with the Mahanarayana Upanishad mantram and Shvetashvatara Upanishad mantram. Yasmat param na paramasti kinchit yasmannaniyo najyayosti kaschit vriksha iva stabdo divi tishtat yekasthenedam purnam purushena sarvam. That Veda Purusha is present everywhere. He is all pervading. Mahadeva, Purusho vai Rudraha. And there is nothing that is greater than him. He is the supreme. He is the ultimate. There is nothing that is greater than Mahadeva. Yasmat param na paramasti. Na param. There is nothing that is greater than him. That's what the Shiva Sankalpa Suktam also says, 18th verse. Paraat parataro brahma tat paraat parato harihi tat paraat parato ishastan me manas Shiva Sankalpamastu. He is the supreme Lord. Parat parataram. He is greater than Brahma. Greater than the greatest is Brahma. But greater than Brahma is Hari. But greater than Hari is Ishvara, Mahadeva, Samba, Shiva. And Mahadeva is Swayambhu. He is the greatest of the greatest of the greatest. There is nothing that is greater than Mahadeva. Aiko Rudro Nadvitiyaya. He is one without a second. And then moving on. So we have seen some references from Kurma Purana and Mahabharatam. Now moving on to the there is also another place where Krishna and Arjuna again go to get the Pashupata weapon. There is one place in Vanaparvam where Arjuna goes and gets the Pashupata weapon. And then he forgets the mantras and then both of them go, Krishna and Arjuna, both of them go to, and get the blessings of Mahadeva, chant the Rudram again 11 times and then get the Pashupata weapon. That is also present in the Drona Parva episode. So, that is present in the middle, probably in the middle chapters of the Drona Parva. We can take up a class on that also. So, moving on to Harivamsham, there is a place where Krishna gets the Parijata Mala, right? He tries to get the Parijata Mala. Before that, he worships Lord Shiva. Second canto, 74th chapter, 34th verse. Aham Brahma Kapilo Yokyanantah Putraha Sarve Brahmanascha Tiviraha Tvattaha Sarve Devadevak Prasuta Evam Sarveshaha Karanatma Tvamidyaha. You are the Lord of ultimate, you are the Lord of Lords. There is nothing, no one has created you, O Maheshwara. Aham, myself, Brahma, Kapila Muni, Anantasesha, and all the sons of Brahma are, all of them have been, including me, have been created by you only. Tvattaha sarve devadeva prasuta. Evam sarveshaha karanatma tvamidyaha. You are the only worthy of praise. You are the only object of meditation. You are the only object of surrender. You are the only object of praise. Worthy of praise, O Mahadeva. You are the only. Told by Krishna himself. The point is that he includes himself also. Along with Brahma and Anantasesha. Everything including me are created by you only. That's what he says to Maheshwara. And then Maha Parashakti is the mother. And you are the divine father. 384.11, 3rd canto, 84th chapter, 11th verse. Yatra lebe haris chakram upasya bahubirdinaihi pushkaraih shatapatraischa netrena cha jagatpatim. This is also quite interesting, which talks about, Vishnu obtaining the chakra from Mahadeva. He surrenders one of his eyes. He pulls out one of his eyes and then surrenders at the feet of Maheshwara, asking for a divine weapon. And then Mahadeva appears in front of him. And then from that day onwards, Vishnu is called as Padmaksha. His eyes equal, since he surrendered his eyes, instead of one of the lotuses, he was called as lotus-eyed from that day onwards. And then he acquired the divine weapon Sudarshana Chakra from Mahadeva, told in Harivamsham. And also it is told in various places. Vamana Puranam, Shiva Puranam, Linga Puranam, Skanda Puranam, Narada Puranam. Murari Netrarchita Pada Padma, 105th verse of the 73rd chapter, Uttara Bhagam, Narada Puranam. Murari Netrarchita. He worshipped you, he worshipped your feet with netras, with his netra. Jaimini Maharshi says that. And Padma Puranam also talks about it. Mahabharatam does talk about it. So, yeah, and that's about it. And then Kurma Puranam, Devi says to Krishna, 1st canto, 25th chapter, 87th verse. When Krishna worships Lord Shiva, asking for a son, Mata also comes. Vatsa jane tavananta nischalam sarvadachyuta ananyam ishvare bhaktim atmanyapi cha Keshava. Oh Keshava, we know that you have ananta bhakti, ananya bhakti to Maheshwara. Ananya bhakti, unflinching devotion you have. You are engaged in unflinching devotion to Maheshwara. Oh dear child, Vatsa, Vatsa means child. Because the first appearance is actually in this material world is actually that of Narayana. By the union of Mata Parashakti and Paramashiva, Vishnu appears, the first Jivatma. And then Padma Purana, Swarga Kanda, 36th chapter. Narada Uvacha, there is the glories of Madhyameshwara is stated. Madhyameshwara, Madhyama Ishvara, which is present in Kashi. Madhyama, that is the center of Kashi. And that was built by Krishna. So we'll be seeing that. Narada Uvacha, Swarga Kandam, 36th chapter, Padma Purana. Varanasyam Maharaja Madhyamesham Paratparam Tasmin Sthane Mahadevo Devyasa Saha Maheshwaraha Ramate Bhagavan Nityam Rudraischa Parivaritaha Tatra Purvam Krishikesho Vishwatma Devaki Sutaha. Varanasyam, in the Varanasi, Varanasi is one of the holiest places. Avimukta, Rudravasa. Various names are there, interesting names are there. The place of the land of liberation, the place of liberation. Even an ant that dies in Kashi it goes back to Parakailasha, being served by Brahma, Narayana and Indra in its way to Parakailasha. Even an ant that dies in Kashi. So that is the Mahima of Kashi. So Varanasya Maharaja, Madhyamesha. Madhyamesham Paratparam, that Paratpara, Madhyameshwara. Madhyameshwara means the center of Kashi, that is Lord Shiva. So, Paratparam, he is described as the supreme of the supreme. Tasmin Sthane Mahadevo. There, Mahadeva always is present along with the Mata Parashakti, along with all the Rudras, Rudraganas. And Ramate, Bhagavan Nityam Rudraischa Parivaritaha. There, Krishna, Krishikesha, that is Devaki Sutta, Krishna, he lived there for a year and he was surrounded by the devotees of Lord Shiva. He lived there for a year. And how was he actually? Uvasa Vatsaram Krishna Sada Pashupatairyutaha Basmo Dulita Sarvango Rudradhyayana Tatparaha. He was wearing ashes, holy ashes all over his body and wearing the Tripundra on his forehead. And then he was chanting the Rudradhyaya, Lagunyasam, Mahanyasam, Rudram, Chamakam. He was chanting that continuously. He was practicing, he was a Pashupata, he was practicing the Pashupata Vrata as given initiation by Upamanyu Maharshi. His grace Upamanyu Maharshi gave Shiva Diksha to Krishna, and he was practicing the Pashupata Vratam, smearing ashes all over his body. And then he was talking, Aradyan Harikshambhum Kritva Pashupata Vratam Tasyate Bhagavak Shishyak Brahmacharya Parayanaha Labdva Tadvada Nagyanam Trishtavam To Maheshwaram. And then all of them were hearing. Krishna was giving Shiva Katha. Krishna was giving Shiva Katha, and all of the sages were hearing that about the divine Maheshwara. So one can see, even if one goes to Kashi, that Madhyameshwara is the center of Kashi, and that is the place where Krishna was giving Shiva Katha, and then Maheshwara appeared in front of all the sages and Krishna and blessed all of them. That place is there. That Shiva Linga is also there. Namah Shivaya. And there are many references. You have in Padma Purana, we have discussed many times where, Krishna, Rama and Vishnu, they have always appeared, applied the sacred ash, vibhuti or basma on their body and wearing the Tripundra and meditating on Mahadeva. Rama always worshipped Lord Shiva. It's told in the Patala Kandam, 105th chapter till the 116th chapter. Krishna also worshipped Lord Shiva. Vishnu always worshipped Lord Shiva. These things are present in Padma Purana. And then moving on to Brahma Vaivarta Puranam. Krishna Janma Kandam, 36th chapter. Brahmanah Patanenapi Shulapane Kshano Bhavet Tasyayushak Pramanam Cha Naham Janamika Shrutihi. Quite interesting. Krishna says to Radha, by the fall of Brahma, Brahma also is bound by age. Brahma and Vishnu also is bound by age actually. Only a moment of Shiva passes. Mahadeva is still young. Jyeshtaya cha kanishtaya namo, Jyeshtaya cha kanishtaya cha namakpor bhajaya cha parajaya cha. He is the ultimate Lord. He looks very young, but he is the oldest of the oldest of the oldest. There is nothing that was Purvam to Mahadeva. And then he says, Tasya yushak pramanancha naham janamika shrutihi. Even the Shruti, the Vedas, do not know about his age. And I am also not aware. Naham. Naham janami. I am also not aware of his age, O Radha. Which means he is ageless. There is no age for Mahadeva. Mahadeva is ageless personality. Naham janami. I am not aware of his age, O Radha. Krishna says that. And then Vedas also do not understand his age. This is, connected very beautifully with the 108th chapter of the Padma Purana, Patala Kanda, 70th verse, where it says, Brahma, the lifespan of Brahma is the 4 inhalings of Vishnu. 4 inhalings of Vishnu is the entire lifespan of one Brahma. But the entire lifespan of Narayana or Vishnu is the 4 inhalings of Maheshwara. Chatur Nishvasa Matrena. Nishvasa, Chatur means 4. Nishvasa means the 4 inhalings. Matrena. Just the 4 inhalings of Maheshwara is the entire lifespan of Vishnu. Chatur Nishvasa Matrena Vishnor Ayur Udahritam. Vishnor Ayu, the entire age. Ayu means age. The entire age of Vishnu or Narayana or Krishna is actually the 4 inhalings of Maheshwara. Udahritam says that. So here also Krishna confirms that I am not aware of his age. The Vedas also do not know about his age because he is ageless. He doesn't have age. Shankaraha, he has been present, any time, at whichever time you take, he has been there. He doesn't have age or he doesn't have birth. Shankarah Paramatma me pranebhyopi parakshivaha trimbake manmanak shashvan na priyo me bhavat paraha. Now Shiva is the only Lord, the Supreme Lord who is my Antaratma, Paramatma, he is my Paramatma. Tasya ashikaya madhye Paramatma vyavastitaha. So he is that Paramatma, he is my Antaryami, he is my Paramatma. I always devote my mind. Trembake manmanah. my mind, I always devote it to Lord Shiva. And no one else is greater than Mahadeva. No one else is dearer to me than Mahadeva. Samba Shiva is the supreme reality. I always dedicate myself to Mahadeva. Brahma Vaivarta Puranam, Brahma Kandam, chapter 6, sloka 48 and 49. Krishna. Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Krishna says, Mahadeva, Mahadeva, Mahadeveti Vadinaha Paschadhyati Mahastotran Amashravana Lobataha. Whoever recites the name of Mahadeva, 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 he recites, whoever recites them thrice, 3 times, all his misfortunes vanish. Completely, he gets rid of all the sins that he has done. Shiveti Shabdam Ucharya. Just by chanting Shiva Shabdam, Shiva Shabdam Ucharya, Pranam Tyajati Yo Naraha, Koti Janmar Jitat Papan Mukto Muktim Prayati Saha. Just by chanting Shiva Shiva, the Koti, the sins that he has done for crores and crores of births perishes completely. He achieves salvation, muktim. So that is what is told by Sati Mata to Daksha. The power of Shiva Namam. Namah Shivaya is the Taraka Mantram. Shankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha Namak Shivaya cha Shivataraya cha. Panchaksharam comes in the center of the Vedas. We have discussed this many times. Brahma Vaivarta Puranam, again, Krishna Janma Kandam, chapter 75, verses 91 to 93. Tatodika Shankaro me Nasti me Shankarat Priyaha. There is no one greater than Mahadeva. There is no one that is dearer to me than Mahadeva. Again he says, Mahadeva, Mahadeva, Mahadeveti Vadinaha. Again he says that in another place. And here he says, Paschadya, he goes one step, ahead. He goes on to say, Mahadeva, Mahadeva, Mahadeveti Vadinaha, Paschadyami cha samtripto Nama Shravanat Nobataha. Now, whoever chants the names of Maheshwara, Mahadeva, 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 I start following that person. I start following the feet of that person. I start running behind his feet. Because Krishna is a Shiva Bhakta. And then, Atma me Shankarasthanam. My mind is always devoted to the devotees of Maheshwara. He says that. And then he goes on to say, Atma me Shankarasthanam Shivak Pranadikaschayah. He is my Antaratma. He is my inner soul. There is no one that is greater than Maheshwara. Told by, Krishna himself. And that's why I am highlighting these references from various Shastras, various Puranas. And then Narada Puranam, Vishnu or Krishna, just like we'll be taking around like 10 or 15 minutes and then we'll be closing. And tomorrow I'll be taking that interesting part within the Padma Purana, where Lakshmi and Narayana discuss about Maheshwara. So Narada Puranam, Vishnu or Krishna, that Vishnu says actually, Varsha Koti Sagasram tu Sagasrabdair Atanvaham Bhaktya Sampujito Pisha Padono Darshitastvaya, 79th chapter, 139th verse. This is also present in the Padma Purana Patala Kanda with a slight modification. 114th chapter, 189th and the 190th verse. Now Vishnu says, Varsha Koti, for thousands and thousands of years, Varsha Koti, sorry, not thousands, crores. Koti means crore, right? So crores, for crores and crores of years I have been searching for your feet. And that reminds of the Agnistambha episode where Brahma took the form of, Brahma and Vishnu are fighting together. Brahma took the form of a swan. He started searching for the head of Mahadeva. And Vishnu took the form of a pig, and he started searching the feet of Mahadeva. Both of them were not able to find. And that's what Vishnu says here. Narada Puranam and Padma Puranam itself says, Vishnu says that, Varsha Koti, for crores and crores of years I have been searching for your feet and you have not manifested that to me. Oh my dear Maheshwara. And then there is another place where Lord Shiva says, Dhyayena kinchit govinda nanamaskeha kinchana kintunasti kanjatunam pravrityartham idam maya. 200th verse of the 79th chapter. Also told in the 247th verse of the 200th verse of the 79th chapter, Narada Puranam Purva Bhagam, also told in Padma Puranam Patala Kandam, 114th chapter, 247th verse. Dhyayena kinchit. I do not meditate on anybody. I am not waiting on anybody. I am not chanting the names of anybody. I am not I am also meditating on anybody. Lord Shiva says that to Brahma, Vishnu and Indra. But I act as if doing that for the welfare of the universe. He says that. So which means that, there are places where Lord Shiva glorifies Nandi, Kartikeya, Ganesha, Rama, Vishnu, Mata Parashakti. He does that for the welfare of the universe. Various paths are given by him only. Everyone cannot understand Lord Shiva. Everyone cannot be a Shaiva. So, he has given various paths so that the Jivatmas can practice those paths and then come to Shaivism in course of time. So, that's why he acts as if glorifying Kartikeya, Ganesha, Rama. But in reality, Mahadeva is that Paratpara Purusha, Veda Purusha. He is that Supreme of the Supreme. And then, moving on to Shiva Mahapurana, Vayaviya Samhita, section 2, chapter 2, Shri Krishna Uvacha. So, this entire section is interesting, where Upamanyu gives the knowledge of Lord Shiva to Krishna. Upamanyu is the giver of Shiva Diksha to Krishna, which is also told in the Anushasana Parvam of Mahabharatam, 14th chapter. Upamanyu is the one who gives Diksha to Shiva Diksha to Krishna. So, Krishna inquires to Upamanyu, Shri Krishna Uvacha, Bhagavat Shrotumichami Devyai Devena Bhashitam Divyam Pashupatam Jnanam Vibhutim Vasya Kritsnashaha Katam Pashupatir Devak Pashavakke Prakirtitaha Kai Pashaiste Nipadyante Vumuchyante Cha Te Katam. O Upamanyu Maharshi, O my Guru, I wish to hear about the divine Pashupata knowledge, which is what is told as the Pashupatam in Atharvashiras, Shirovratam in Mundaka Upanishad, as Shambhavam in the Bhasmajabala and Kalagni Rudra Upanishad, and Antyashramam or Atyashramam in the Shvetashvatara and Kaivalya Upanishad. So this is what is actually. So this Pashupatam means basically applying. There is Avaidika Pashupatam also. This is Vedokta Pashupatam. Whatever is told in the Upanishads is Vedokta Pashupatam. Applying ashes all over one's body and then wearing the Tripundra, as Krishna also does that. And then wearing the Rudraksha and meditating on Mahadeva alone in the heart and chanting, doing Shivanama Sankirtanam, hearing Shiva Katha, spreading the knowledge of Lord Shiva, as the Upanishad says, Swadhyaya Pravachane. So that's what is actually this Atyashrama or Pashupata Mahapashupata Vratam. And then he inquires, now I wish to know about that divine Mahapashupata knowledge, and then who is Pashupati? How is the Lord known as Pashupati? And how is he known as the Lord of Pashus? Pashu means not that, the calf. Actually, Pashu means in general Jiva Tattva, Jivatma, individual soul. So starting from the blade of a grass till Vishnu, everybody are individual souls only. And they are bound by the Pasham. Pasham means the worldly bondage, repeated cycles of birth and death. So Pasham, how to get rid of the Pasham and go back to Pashupati is the ultimate knowledge of that Atyashramam or Pashupatam or Shambhavam or Shirovratam spoken of in the Upanishads, and with which they are bound. How are they released? That's what Krishna inquires. How to get rid of this repeated cycles of birth and death. And then Upamanyu starts giving knowledge. So that's another entire episode that comes in the Vayaviya Samhita of Shiva Mahapurana, section 2. We can take that up in a separate class. So I just want to highlight some partial glories of Lord Shiva spoken by Krishna himself. Krishna himself glorifies Lord Shiva. Krishna himself identifies himself as a Bhakta of Lord Shiva. So just some partial references. Moving on, Linga Mahapurana, first canto, 69th chapter, 74th to the 76th verse. There also, Krishna, comes across the sage Vyagrapada. Now, Vyagrapada is the father of Upamanyu Maharshi. We have seen that he was one of the personalities also who saw the divine cosmic dance of Maheshwara in Chidambaram, which will be coming up, which will be taking tomorrow or day after. Risham Drishtva Tvamgirasam Pranipatya Janardanaha Divyam Pashupatam Yogam Labdavams Tasya Chagnyaya Praluptashmashru Keshascha Dhritakto Unja Mekali Dikshito Bhagavan Krishnas Tatapacha Parantapaha. He gets initiated into the Pashupata Diksha, and then what does he do? He shaves, Krishna shaves his beard and shaves his head, and then he has a shika, and then he shaves his mustache too, and then applying ghee all over his body, he wears the munja grass on his hips, loins. And then urdhva bakur niralambah padangushtagra dishtitaha falamba vanilamboji cha ritu tirayam adokshajaha. That Vishnu, he was standing on one leg. Urdhva bahu means, this comes in the Drona Parvam also. Urdhva bahur mahadeja jvalanaditya sannibaha. Narayana lifting his hands, raising his hands upwards and standing on one leg was meditating. Here Krishna was meditating for one, meditating on Mahadeva and Mata Parashakti, lifting his hands upwards and standing on one leg. Padangushta gradishtitaha. So with this one, with standing on one leg, he says that. And then, so that's, that's about the glories of, the various glories are present, every Purana, like Padma Purana, Narada Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Puranam, Mahabharatam, Harivamsha Upapuranam, Shiva Puranam, Linga Puranam, Skanda Puranam, Brahmanda Puranam, etc., etc. Everywhere Krishna is always, has dedicated himself to Shiva, and Krishna has identified himself as a Shiva Bhakta, and Krishna is described as a great devotee of Lord Shiva. We saw that in Mahabharatam also. So, and we could connect, that is something, also we saw various references from Ashwamedha Parvam of Mahabharata, where Krishna unites himself with that Parabrahman Maheshwara and then gives the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita's Tatparyam is Lord Shiva. Krishna is an instrument who conveys, he's an instrument. And then he comes and then he conveys the message of Pashupati. And then we saw the Drona Parva episode also. We saw Kurma Purana references where Vyasa enlightens Arjuna, speaking of the universal vision shown by Maheshwara in the battlefield. And then how Ishvara Gita was passed down as Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So we saw that. And there is another interesting reference that is present in the Padma Purana, Lakshmi Narayana Samvadam, which we will be taking up tomorrow. So please join. Where there is a connection, interesting connection to Maheshwara, the Bhagavad Gita's connection to Maheshwara, another reference. And there are many more references. And we'll be looking at some of the verses also in Bhagavad Gita and understanding how it is actually the Tatparyam, the essence is Maheshwara. So which will go on, and then that will be connected to Chidambara Nataraja. So that connection, I don't want to spill the beans. So we can take up the class. We will continue tomorrow. Om Yadakshara Padabhrishtam Matrahinam Tu Yadbhave Tatsarvam Shamyatam Deva Parameshwara Namostu Te Vasarga Bindu Matrani Padapadaksharaani Cha Nyunani Cha Tiriktani Kshamasva Parameshwara Aparata Sakasrani Kriyante Harnisham Maya Daso Yamiti Mam Matva Kshamasva Parameshwara Anyata Sharanam Nasti Tvameva Sharanam Mama Dasmat Karanya Bhavena Raksha Parameshwari Anyata Sharanam Nasti Tvameva Sharanam Mama Dasmat Karanya Bhavena Raksha Parameshwara Etat Sarvam Shri Uma Maheshwara Parabrahmarpanamastu ललितांबिके सांब शिवार्पणमस्तु श्रीमति गौरी समेत सांब शिवार्पणमस्तु श्रीमति गायत्री समेत सांब शिवार्पणमस्तु करचरणकृतं वाक्कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा परातं विहितं अविहितं वा सर्वं एतत् क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्दे श्रीमहादेव शम्भो माता च पार्वती देवी पिता देवो महेश्वर बन्धवा शिवभक्तांश्च स्वदेशो भुवनत्रयं सांब शिवाय नमः सांब शिवाय नमः सांब शिवाय नमः हर ओं दत्सत्।